Viewers, hello everyone. I'm waiting for the guest to join. I'll start the show as soon as the guest joins. So please bear with me just a couple of minutes. Assalamu alaikum, walaikum assalam, Mara. How are you, sister? I know I've been up to here, with this Pakistan Development Program. It has been crazy, crazy, crazy. I've been so busy with it that I couldn't even say hi, drop a word to you. Sorry about that. So I hope you will accept my apology. And Harman Handal is saying hello everyone. So we have our esteemed guest online with us. Yay. Hello, how are you?
Hello, hi. I hope you have enough light to see me.
There's not enough light
I
on the
suddenly realized after I
So I think we have some technical issues here. Let's see. Okay, we got him again.
I'm just moving out and I'm
All
in
right.
my
I lost
is
you.
is it better light?
Yeah. Yeah, if the light comes to your face, that would be better because what happens if the light is at the back? I mean, you're from the
Yep.
film industry, right? You know the light
Yep.
and camera and action, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I hope this makes sense. It's
yeah,
okay
this
for
is
you, I
a
guess.
lot better, lot better.
Yeah.
This is perfect, perfect. Because people love you, people want to see your face, and
Oh my goodness.
your great smile.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you
So
so much.
viewers, today,
Yep.
we have very, very special guest. Sorry it took a little longer for me to get to you. I really apologize for that. But our guest is Mr. Zunaid Memon. We also call him Junaid
Yeah,
in
it's Junaid only.
Junaid.
Yeah.
And he is from the film industry, and he's the founder at Green Card, which is the business of agriculture. He's a director of Agriculture, Rural Development, and Environment Awareness Foundation, which is a not-for-profit organization. The co-founder and CEO at Green TV India. He is also a producer of Upside Down, KDWP-Movie. He produced that movie. CEO and founder at Guava, India. He's also a co-founder director at Nomad Films India,
My
producer,
God.
director, writer, the film director, producer, you name it. And he is now, he's always behind the camera, behind the scene. Now today we put him on the camera, and here he is, Zunaid Memon. Welcome to the show, Zunaid.
Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction, I would say. I was feeling flattered when I was listening to you.
Thank
But
you so much. You're such a wonderful person. You're a gem of a person. Really, I really enjoyed our conversation, and it was very professional. So that's a great thing, and it's really pleasure for us to have somebody all the way from Mumbai. Where my heart lives, and it's amazing. Someday, I don't know when, but I'll get there, and I'll be able to take your.
come over, be my guest. I'm also in Delhi, Bombay, Delhi. But right now I'm in Delhi. When you're talking to me, I'm in Delhi right now.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah,
So you
my
can.
my aunt actually lives in Haridwar actually.
Oh,
Yeah, near
so
Delhi.
you have connections, family connections here in
Oh,
India.
lots of my relatives still live in India. So yeah, we migrated back in 47
Okay.
partition. but lots of family members, they still live in India.
So it's time for you to come here. It's time for you to come.
I know it is time. It is long overdue. I have to come meet my cousins, and I haven't met them when I was when I was I think 10,
Oh,
10.
that must be really long
So
back.
yeah, that was really long back. So I'm due. So let's get back. I did
Yep.
some introduction, and I'm not sure if I really captured every single thing that you're doing and you're working on. And it's just amazing that how you do all these different things like agriculture and movies, and they don't go together, but somehow you interconnected. What was the inspiration for that?
So I'll tell the main key topic where we come from, that using the communication for development.
Right.
That's where the whole connect come from. So the idea was, as a communicator, when I make films and when I make TV commercials, that's my core business actually.
Okay.
I'm actually selling the products. And
Right.
if I have a power of communication where if my one ad films make you sell about crores and crores of rupees of Pepsi or a Coke or any other thing, that means that you have some ability to communicate to your audience. Why
Correct.
can't we use that same thing for the development? And the
Correct.
biggest development we talk about in our country is agriculture. In
Right.
all three of countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, when you consider it's, we don't
True.
never consider it our like three countries. We always consider one,
Yes.
and they all need agriculture as the key thing. And unfortunately, I see government or no private organization was doing very productive work there. And I thought there is a huge gap. Why can't we use this tool of communication which I already have for the betterment of the society? And that's how the Green TV started.
Yeah. That's a
And
great
the green,
initiative.
so,
Very good initiative.
but yeah, but that was not easy task.
I
It's
know.
not really easy task. So
Yeah.
we are still struggling. It's 5 years now, but still we are struggling every day for smallest thing possible, because there is a multiple languages, multiple soil condition, the
I know.
seasons, and education. The biggest challenge is the education on the ground. So it's important for people to understand how serious it is. But for a lot of people, it's just, oh, I have a land, so I do agriculture. They're not doing it as a profession. Where I wanted to convert them into profession, that's why the green card as a separate thing again started, which was not part of my actual plan. But then when I saw that when the people are not coming forward, they still are hesitant to see the market. So okay, fine, I'll give you also market. Don't worry. Let me just go one notch down. So yeah, that was the basic overall journey of Green TV. How I started.
Awesome. That's really amazing. Agriculture is something that really plays a big role in any country's economy, you know.
It's a
So
backbone for our country. This is backbone. We thrive on that.
that's right. That's right. So is there any joint kind of a research or development going on between India and Pakistan on the agriculture because we share the same region, the climate is same, the soil is same, the environment is same,
Almost,
people
yeah,
are
all very
same.
close to each
I mean,
other.
yeah,
So see, I get a lot of calls from people because of the WhatsApp call and all that. It's become very easy to call people. So we
super.
get a lot of calls because we have a show where we advise people about their agricultural problems. So not from India, we get call from Canada. You'll be surprised. I will maybe make you hear
Oh,
some
really?
calls. Yeah, yeah. We get call
Wow.
from Canada. We get call from India. So people who have land back home in India, but they're maybe living in Canada or maybe living in Bahrain or Abu Dhabi and all those
Oh, yeah.
places, they also call us for the problem they are facing in their land, and we try and give them advice as much as possible. So yeah, we have only that kind of synergy. But unfortunately, because these two government also have their own agendas with the, as you know, we don't get along on a lot of things,
Right,
and that's why we don't have the direct official connect between the two country on agriculture.
right. I see.
Barring we export certain products to them, and we also import certain products from Pakistan,
Right,
which generally people, Aam Janta won't know, the general public won't know
right,
what's happening. But there
right,
are a lot of product goes from here and a lot of product comes from there. But there
right.
is no joint treaty or something we're working together.
I
That's the problem.
That's a problem. Yes, I see that as a problem because we should be working together. It's the same region, the betterment of the region. So,
I think people are bored of our conversation. I see there's nobody, you and me only talking.
And no, sometimes what happens, the Facebook doesn't give us the proper number of viewers. That is
Uh,
a bug in the system. So don't worry about it. It's okay.
oh no, no problem. We will record it and we'll put it live. So anyways, people will
Yes.
watch it later.
Yeah. So there is something wrong with my network connection. Let me come back the
Yeah,
other way.
yeah, I can't see you. I
Hold on.
can't see you.
Yeah, I know. And here I am again. All right. So
Welcome back.
yeah,
Welcome back. This time I must tell you. Welcome back. We're a TV person, so I can always take that.
there is a TV personality on the other side. That's right. That's right. Welcome back. So welcome back after the break.
Yeah.
So that's the tagline. Uh, so Junaid, tell us what did inspire you to get into this film kind of thing, like communication?
Yeah,
What
film.
was there somebody in
Film.
the family, or you saw someone you got inspired by, or what happened?
So there is nobody in film business per se. From my end, I really got into film by accident. I must admit that. But having said that, when I look back, why I'm into films, I see. I think that is coming from my mother. She was a like hardcore film buff, and she still is hardcore film buff. And because of her, I used to watch all possible films in the world.
Wow.
Whatever she used to watch, I used to watch her because I used to be the pet son amongst the three sons. I was used to be the middle one who used
Okay.
to get the maximum pampering. So I used to watch maximum film with her, and then later on, when in early 80s or mid 80s, when we had the VCR and all this came up in the market, I think we were the first one in our village who used to have VCR, and
Wow.
that gave me exposure to almost all possible films. And maybe that neg of remembering, neg of putting your thoughts, oh, why this film is like this, why this is shot like this questions was there in our mind as a child,
Right.
which you don't realize. But
No.
when you grow up and when you get into business, you realize, oh, I'm actually able to judge things because maybe from childhood I had this neg. But yeah, that was, I said, it's a coincidence. I never thought about getting into film business. I got by accident after 92 93 rides in Bombay. Whatever I was doing, I could not do because there was a big problem. We couldn't survive, sustain. So suddenly I shifted to films and God gave me the success. So I'm thankful to the God for that.
Very nice. Very nice. You mentioned about the VCR. Your house was the first in the village to get the VCR. My household did not have the VCR. We had
Hmm.
the TV, but we did not have the VCR. So we used to go and rent it out
Rent
from
it out.
the
Yeah.
town, exactly. And then we used to rent like 20 movies, and that would be good enough for a week.
Everybody has done that. In mid 80s, everybody has done that.
That would last for just a week. And I have watched all the Dharmendra movie, Amitabh Bachchan movies, and Khanna movies, and
Raj Khanna and all.
every single movies we have watched together as a family. And it has been really wonderful experience to watch these.
So let me complete one thing. Why I had the VCR in my home, it was not for my personal consumption because my father and my mother didn't have money. It was gifted by my aunt for
Uh,
us to do some business by renting it out and make
right,
money. So
right.
I used to go with VCR to the houses to fix it, and that's how I used to watch more movies and maybe
Wow.
same movies multiple times.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice.
So I remember one movie which is called Mard. I don't know whether you remember Amitabh Bachchan's Mard.
Yeah.
I would have seen that film more than 45 times.
Wow. Wow.
So
Amazing.
yeah, so those were the
Those were
childhood memories you have. Yeah,
the golden days.
the golden days of cinema.
Now let's talk about cinema in India, especially in the Bollywood, and you're very
Yep.
close, and you're in it right now, living and sleeping in it. How is the association between India and Pakistan working in the film industry? I know there is lots of uh, joint efforts going on. Sometimes, they stop each other's artists coming, and then
They
sometimes
do.
they
They do.
come back. How is that relationship going? What do you see in the industry?
See, I would say the film industry per se, the industry people, they love actors and performers from Pakistan. They have no problem. Most of them, even audience, I won't say the audience has any problem. It becomes tricky because of the political scenario. When the suddenly political scenario will change and some problem will happen, and you'll see people reacting badly. But in general, if you ask me, casting film actors from Pakistan, nobody is problem. They've always taken the music, and if you see from Hassan Jahangir's days,
Yes.
whatever I remember, late 80s and early 90s, he was always even Nazia Hassan.
Yes.
Why only Hassan Jahangir? Let's start from Nazia Hassan.
Nadia.
She was always loved in this country, and like those days, the records was sold like golden records were sold. So I don't see any problem in my 35 years of my own experience. What I've seen as a child, I've started remembering, but I
Yeah.
remember it's been there. So maybe few ups and downs can't make the relationship bad, I would say.
Yeah.
They are it will come. Our politics and the political scenario is such, it may problem will arise, but
Yeah.
we'll pass through. We'll pass
That's
through.
right. That's right. You mentioned Nazia Hassan. Nazia Hassan was such a wonderful artist. She sung for
Oh,
Zaman. Her first movie song was "Aap Jaisa Koi Meri Zindagi
आप
Mein."
जैसा कोई नहीं in India.
That has
Qurbani.
been, reincarnated multiple times. Multiple
Yeah.
singers have sung it,
Multiple singers done it.
and it's really amazing. I had this privilege to meet her in person and shake her hand, and
Oh, is it? Wow.
such a humble person. Very beautiful lady, very beautiful girl.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, Junaid Bhai, I have not seen such a beautiful person when I saw her in person. And very
Wow.
humble, very humble. She did not have that mentality of like, I'm a big singer
Big
or I'm an
star.
artist
Wow.
or something like that. So it was a great, great, great pleasure to really meet her and her mother, actually, both of them.
Uh,
Yeah.
and how was
So
Zoeb? Zoeb was also big in
Zoeb,
those days.
Zoeb is also a very nice person. I haven't met him because in that party, only Nazia and her
Nazia
mom
was
were
there.
present. Zoeb had some other engagement, so he couldn't come that day. But he's a brilliant singer. Both of these people, Nazia and Zoeb, they did amazing. They brought a revolution
In the music. Yeah.
especially in Pakistan, because
No,
people
in India too. You cannot Indian too because
exactly.
that song was I think path breaking song of those days.
That's right. That's and kudos to the producers and the directors and who
And the
really
music director, we should not
and the
forget, it was
music directors. Absolutely, absolutely. So, what is the next big thing coming in your life, Junaid?
so see, it is totally away from film what I'm trying to do right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm making films for survival because that's my business where my bread and butter comes from.
Yes.
But the big thing I'm planning, because after Green TV, I learned a lot of new thing about agriculture, the food security, which is the crisis which we gonna face. We entire world is gonna face if
Right.
we don't correct ourselves right now. Environmental issues are becoming day by day big problematic thing, and the water, especially in our countries, again I'll come back to our countries, the water crisis is big. We're
Right.
not seeing it right now,
Right.
but I'm seeing the future 5 or 10 years down the line, where, where we can go to if we don't correct ourselves now. So I'm
Right.
doing a lot of thing on that. If I pick up only India at this moment, we own about 37% of world's cultivable land. India has 37% of cultivable land, but
Hmm.
our productivity is not even 17% of the total.
Wow.
So we are actually in a big deficit because we're not using the land to the its fullest.
That's right.
Versus if I compare with China, China has the 22% of the land size of the world's cultivable land, and they produce about 40% of the total world's requirement.
Wow.
So if you go by that logic, we have the power to feed the entire world
Yes.
if we do it right.
Yeah. That's right.
But unfortunately, both our
Mhm.
governments has their own issues and they do not perform right. But
True.
if the government is not doing that, we should not wash our hands. It's our duty to take things forward.
Oh, absolutely.
So, so getting in there, which is like a much larger plan. Yes, definitely. I'm right now looking for a lot of associations across the globe because it's only India cannot do this. Only India means I can't do it alone as an individual or in a small company. So we are doing a lot of associations with like Bill Gates Foundation. I've already written to them, and United Nations. I've written to them that this is the crisis, which is world's crisis, and we should start working on this now before we all get into trouble. So that's a larger plan and larger dream, I would say.
Right. Right. Awesome. That's great. That's good to know. So tell us one thing uh, that really impacted what you wanted to do, and it became a challenge for you. What did you do to come out of that, and what was your feeling after that?
The biggest challenge was convincing people about the green tea. I would say that I won't talk about green TV right now. Let me start a little before that.
Okay.
How it got triggered that I should do something like that. The
Yeah.
trigger point was Thailand. I was shooting for a movie in Thailand, and after about 10 days or 12 days of schedule, I get to. I had a line producer there, the local guy who was doing all my permissions and all that. He's basically Indian, but third generation Thai guy. So he was by blood he was an Indian, but he was a Thai person, and from a Bihar actually, who speaks Bhojpuri, who don't speak English. He doesn't speak English. He speaks only Bhojpuri and he speaks Thai. He's a Thai citizen. But we Indian, we always look down upon Thailand. It's a problem. I would say it's a problem. Not only Indian, a lot of other people. Oh, it's that country is not a great country. Their economy is not the real economy. They're doing a lot of prostitution. The whole economy of the Thailand is prostitution. That's what our
The thing.
preconceived notion we have.
That's right.
Unfortunately, the country is not that bad, but that was preconceived notion because it was my first or second visit. I didn't have much experience. I asked him, "Why don't you come back to India? Why you live in a country like this? Isn't it like what you have here? You can make a lot of money. You have a lot of contact." And he was a little upset about it. Well, how can you abuse my country? First, well, I may be Indian by blood, but I live here for 3 generations, and this is
Yeah,
my country.
that's
So
right.
first, you don't have any right to tell anything bad about my country,
Mm-hmm.
which I took. It was I would have taken aback that okay,
Yeah,
actually I'm not talking to an Indian.
I know.
He's
Yeah,
actually a Thai citizen. I should
that's
be
a good thing,
respecting.
by the way.
Yeah, so he was very clear about that part. And I'm
Yeah,
like, what were you talking about that country? That people don't have focus. People don't even know what they're doing. They are all idiots. I don't want to come to that country. That time I got a little offended. Man, how can you tell my country an idiot's country? Well, Junaid bhai, I'll tell you a simple thing. I'll give you a simple example. You'll know what I'm talking about.
right.
And we were sitting in a coffee shop and we were having coffee. There was one guy who was cleaning the floor, like with the mop. He was cleaning
Yep.
the floor. So he asked me, just give me a simple answer. The guy who's just cleaning the mop, if you must be thinking of his growth, what is the first thing what he must be crossing his mind? What he wants to do with for his growth?
Yeah, right.
So, being a typical Indian, I would say, oh, maybe he wants to leave this small job because the mopping is not a great job. Maybe he wants to become the waiter of this hotel. And if not the waiter, maybe he can become the manager who can take care of the counter and cash. And maybe he's really ambitious. Tomorrow, maybe he would like to own this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
yes, this is Indian. This is the way Indian thing.
right.
But a Thai guy would like to become a hygiene inspector, or maybe he would like to become the biggest cleaner or biggest safai wala of the country or the world. But he doesn't want to become a waiter or something. He would be focused about his work, what he's doing.
Wow.
And for 2 minutes, I was silent. Well, yes, actually, you're right. We don't work on our strengths and focus. We
Yeah,
always keep moving from here, there, and that's a problem. See,
right.
sometimes it's a good to have the balance where we can make our ways, but that becomes our practice, which we call jugad. The
Right.
word jugad, I'm sure you must have heard. So we have become jugadu in that sense.
Right. Right.
We are not true talent. We're not true talent. We become jugadu,
We try
and
to
this is the
become journalists rather than a specialist.
exactly. So I'm like, Mela, let me just do something back in my country. Can I bring this thought?
Yeah.
Can I bring this thought? And I forgot about it. It was like it was there, but what can I do? What can I do? It's not easy task. It's a huge country, the many multiple languages. Why people will listen to me?
Yeah.
And why you listen to me is there's a communication comes in picture. They're fine. People listen to me anyways. I make movies. I make television commercials. They
True.
listen to me.
Yeah.
So, but maybe the platform is different. I want to use different platform. So can I set up my own TV channel?
Right.
But TV channel is not small thing. It's like lot of investment and what kind of TV channel? You already have movie channel. You already have news channels. You already have discoveries and all that. What will be specialization for your channel? And that's where the challenge started. I started doing my research and studies and started meeting people. And I realized that rural is again the big problem. All the problems starts from there, because there you don't have much information. They're not well informed. They're not well educated, and also they maximum time they live in poverty, and because of that they accept whatever comes their way. They don't become a specialist. So specialization comes from there, because they do anything which comes their way because of the insecurity.
That's
Can
right.
I bring that security in their life with the right communication and right information? That's where the challenge started from. In fact, when I applied for the license, the government officer was laughing on me. Well, this is government job. Why are you doing it? Actually, he was laughing.
Wow.
Listen, we have not seen so many anybody in last 25 years of our licensing process that somebody would come and say, "I want to start a rural or agricultural TV channel."
Yeah.
So why would you do that? Then I did little research across the globe. Except Pakistan, I did not find any channel. Pakistan had a channel called Soni Dharti.
Right.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Oh, the Pakistan had a channel called Soni Dharti,
Wow.
which was playing, I think, early in 2005 to 2010, and they
Wow.
discontinued. Same problem, they could not sustain
Okay.
because of the money.
Yeah.
They could not sustain because of money.
Right. Right.
So then that was also a learning for me to understand, okay, what can go wrong. So if
Right.
somebody has already tried, so what can go wrong? So that was a great learning. I started talking to those people who were the founder of that company. I could not get the right guy was actually founder, but I could get to know from a lot of other people that he was depending a lot on government money. That's why he could not survive, because government has their own agendas. So I said, okay, fine, then I have to play my card where I don't want government money. I will make sure that I will either generate my own money and get some other investors.
Right.
I got few people on board as investor, but most of the people backed out last minute, thinking it may not make money.
Wow.
So I said, okay, fine, now this is a challenge. You have to overcome that. So in the span of 20 years, whatever money I had made, I said, okay, mortgage all the property, raise funds, and I have to do it.
Oh my.
That was the biggest challenge.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So my parents, my friends, everybody again got against me. Well, what the hell are you doing? Well, Mom, I think this is lifetime thing which I'm trying to do. If I go right, inshallah, things the world will change, or maybe at least India will change as a country. It will be a big service I would be doing for the country if
Absolutely.
I manage to do what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yes, the struggle is still is on. The struggle is not yet over, but at least in 5 years, I have been able to make an impact where at least Mr. Modi knows me by name, that there is one idiot who is doing this.
Yeah. I
So
know.
that is an achievement without doing any publicity about our work. We don't boast about our work. We just keep keep working on the ground peacefully. And yeah, I'm hoping for the big day when we'll achieve the target.
Right. Right. I wish you all the success in your life, Junaid Saab. Thank you so much for being with us. By the way, you look like Javed Akhtar. Did anybody say
Not only Jadeja, some people tell me I look like Jadeja.
that?
Jadeja, that cricketer, if you know.
That's
So
right.
yeah, I don't know how many people I resemble, but it's good to know at least I look like a human.
Absolutely, you do.
Yeah,
Well, since this program is for youth motivation and inspiration, so
yeah.
what would you like to suggest the youth, global youth I'm talking about?
Ah, global youth is way evolved in our youth. So maybe I don't know how much my comment would help them. But yeah, because everybody should dream. They must dream. And they must work towards their dream. Trust me, nothing is impossible in this world. I'm going by my experiences, where I've come from, the kind of village I was born, and from there, whatever journey I had, how I started my life in Bombay, actually with 32 rupees in pocket. I'm
Wow,
not exaggerating. Just 32 rupees, which is not even $1. When I
wow,
started my life in Bombay in 1987, from there, last in 31 years, whatever I have done, it's just because sheer doggedness about the dreams which I had, or maybe whatever I wanted to do. At the same time, whatever you do in life, don't forget the fact there is a lot of social support you can do with people, and try to live the world better than how you got it.
right.
If you can do that, that will be the biggest service for the world, you please leave the world for some people, for the next generation, better than how you got it when you were born.
Right.
This will be my request or my suggestion to everybody.
Well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Well, I really enjoy talking to you, Zunaid sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you
For your
so much,
time.
Nizam.
You're a busy person, but still you spare time, and for our viewers, it has been really pleasure.
I
And
chose this
someday,
day was a little.
yeah, I
Sorry.
know it's a busy day, and but still we were able to get you on the show. So thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for bringing me on the show. Bye.
And someday when I get there, we'll definitely have the
We are
opportunity.
meeting for sure. I'll be waiting for you.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye.